Hey, what's up, everybody? It's everyone's favorite little sister you never knew you wanted, Ashley Stashbox, coming at you with the 4th episode of Second Rounds on Us, Florida edition.
Woo!
I'm sitting here with my main squeeze on a mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be me. Oh,
you could
that's
stop
right.
flexing for a minute.
There's no camera. I can't flex to the camera. Of course, it's me. It's Tommy James. Oh, so smooth. Drinking a Corona.
I'm drinking an Amp energy drink because it's been a long weekend.
You always tend to have really long weekends
when
you're working.
I work
it
so
just
much. I'm poor.
I'm poor. I work too much and
I'm
still poor.
Yeah.
So please send your donations up to the Second Rounds on Us and hashtag help Ashley gain more money.
Yes, and more energy. Cheers to some more energy.
Cheers to energy.
Today is it's probably gonna be one of my favorite episodes of the day.
This is gonna be good.
We are gonna be talking all about the movie The Room.
Yes. Finally.
Starring Tommy Wiseau.
Yes.
This movie came out 14 years ago.
How insane is that? 2003. It doesn't look like it was filmed in 2003.
No, it looks like it was filmed in like 1995.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. The only reason why we're going to be talking about this is because there's been a lot of stuff in the media about The Disaster Artist coming out in December of this year, starring James Franco, and it's basically a whole movie about them making The Room.
Yeah. Yes.
And the trailer has basically reminded everyone about what The Room was and how terribly awesome it was. And we're just going to be talking all about it today.
Yeah, we're going to break down. Pretty much we're going to review this movie.
Yeah.
In a way as we break this entire shit down. And I mean shit for real because this movie is shit.
This is one of the shittiest movies I've ever seen. But it's
amazing.
So good.
It is.
Oh.
It is. It's phenomenal in every aspect. And I've seen from Justin to Kelly, but this movie worth watching multiple times.
For sure.
This movie is... I remember I wanted to actually do a review of this back when I was with the guys in New York, so cheers to the guys in New York.
Oh, cheers.
And, of course, the girl, too. Just the girl, too. In New York, of course. That's Miss A-Town Ryan, Mr. Malave, and Jade, of course. But, yeah, I wanted to do a review on the movie, and most of them haven't seen it yet. So it kind of, took away that fun for me, because I had to watch this movie multiple times. But I was okay with it, because it's a great movie. I love everything about it.
See, I've only seen it once. But it was...
Recently, too, you've seen it once.
I saw it the other day, and it's so fresh in my mind, and it's kind of been stuck in my head, a lot of quotes. It's a very quotable movie.
It's one of those movies where, like, it sticks with you because it has to. That's what I think that movie means to all of us.
Yeah.
It's just definitely to stick with you.
It's definitely a cult classic. There are a lot of, I've been reading online that a lot of movie theaters show it late at night, and people actually bring props, and they will throw things at the screen during certain scenes. I'm really excied for The Disaster Artist. Like, I can't wait to go see that.
Me too.
I love James Franco and basically everything he's ever done.
Me too. And I do like Dave Franco, too. I think his brother is very talented.
Yeah, baby brother is actually he's a pretty good actor. And Seth Rogen's going to be in The Disaster Artist. Yep. They're getting that whole, like, Pineapple Express group.
Judd Apatow thing going on there.
That's a good acting group.
Yeah, they are a really good acting group. They're actually funny. It's going to be like another This Is the End, but, like, more serious. And I don't even know if you could say serious, because it's not serious.
No.
But it is serious because they're trying to go towards an Academy Award nomination for this movie.
And The Disaster Artist is all based on the book that Tommy Wiseau's co-star, Greg Sestero, wrote following doing the movie. And it's just going to have all the insight that you don't know going in when you watch The Room about how Tommy Wiseau funded this movie.
He did.
Which had a budget of $6 million.
$6 million, and it made $1,900.
That's a pretty bad ratio.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
And he spent $60,000 on a billboard that was over LA that stayed up there for 5 years, which was the poster for The Room, which had his creepy
That's
photo.
his face, right?
Yes, which he looks nothing like in the movie because he's cut all his hair off.
Yeah.
So it's just a short-haired Tommy Wiseau staring at you with these death eyes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too right now.
Ugh,
With they got that
so
one eye going
scary.
down, like he's all fucked up. I'm gonna hashtag oh hi Mark.
Oh hi Mark. Which, okay, so in the movie they say oh hi or oh hey.
Yeah.
At least 15 times.
Almost every scene when somebody walks in, that's what they say.
Even not Johnny's character says it. There's many times where Lisa will be like, oh, hi, Denny.
Hi, Denny.
Oh, hi, Mark. He wrote that in, and that's just so mind-blowing to me that everyone had to be acknowledged when they entered the room.
Maybe you might have figured something out here. Now, why is the movie called The Room? Does anybody really know why
In
it's
an
called
interview, Tommy Wiseau stated that it's supposed to give a sense of security, the room, like a safe space for the audience to go, which at no point in the movie did I feel safe.
No.
I just felt bombarded with very aggressive, awkward sex scenes and horrible green screens.
Horrible green screen and horrible dialogue and horrible everything, really.
Yes.
The camera was even fucked up. There were some times where, like you were even saying, he filmed with 2 different cameras, and you can tell that they were 2 different cameras.
Because he did not know the difference between either camera. And not only did he not know the difference, he purchased these cameras because he was unaware that you can rent cameras from companies. So he just was like, I'm going to buy these cameras. I make good Hollywood movie. This is what we do.
I make good Halloween movie.
This big Hollywood movie.
Hollywood movie.
This is what we do. I own camera now. So there are a full 10 minutes of sex scenes in this movie. The first one is with Tommy Wiseau as Johnny and his lovely fiancée Lisa, who is
Juliette Daniel,
who is played by Juliette Daniel. She is very new to acting, from what I can tell in the movie.
I would say they all are.
Yes, I don't want to say it's like an independent college film because I feel like there are some probably good independent college films out there.
Yeah.
It was almost like a softcore porn.
Mixed with a home video at a kid's birthday party.
It was just very aggressive to the eyes and the ears. In the first sex scene, we see all of Tommy Wiseau except the front, which I'm happy. We do see some boobies in this.
We see boobies and we see some booty.
We see Tommy Wiseau's booty, which is very depressing. It reminded me of what an older gentleman from Poland's butt would look like.
Oh, God.
There is a very awkward play fighting scene with pillows.
Yes.
There's a lot of pillow fighting in this movie. And then Lisa and Johnny decide to rub each other with roses.
Yes. Yes.
Which, if you've ever had sex, you know this is a very important part in foreplay.
It is.
Is you pull roses out and you wipe your lover down with the rose petals.
Yes, that or lilies. You can use lilies.
Yeah, of course.
Or bamboo if you want to whack them with bamboo.
You just whack them with a bamboo.
That sounds like fun.
I'm honestly surprised the football wasn't pulled out in that scene.
Ooh,
Rubbed
they
with a football.
While she was on top, they're just tossing the football back and forth.
The sex scene goes on a lot longer than anybody wanted to.
It did.
There is a lovely 90s R&B track playing in the background.
There is, and it's a pretty good song, actually.
It's not bad. At first I was like,
song.
Is that TLC? No, they couldn't afford a TLC
song
in this.
It is a pretty good song. Actually, I remember when I first heard it, I was like, I think I went to go find that song, but I couldn't find it because I don't know if it's actually...
Do you think the woman singing that song knew that is what her song was going to be used for?
No, I don't. No, that I don't think so.
I feel like she called her manager right after she saw that movie and was like, "Get me out of this now."
Is it possible the song is called "You're My Rose"?
Maybe.
Oh no, I think it was called
It is called "You're My Rose."
Yes.
Performed by Kitra Williams. Oh. Poor girl.
Yeah, there it is. Wait, the soundtrack features 4 R&B slow jams, which played during 4 of the film's 5 love scenes, an oral sex scene between Michelle and Mike. Only use instrumental.
Before we get to that oral sex scene, oh man. But actually, even before the first sex scene starts, we are introduced to Lisa and Johnny's neighbor, Denny.
Denny?
Who is a very interesting young man.
Creep.
A total creep.
Mm-hmm. How old is Danny?
He apparently was the oldest cast member other than Tommy Wiseau, but he's playing the youngest character.
That's interesting.
He's a college kid. We learn that he didn't have a family. Johnny kind of took him under his wing and was a father figure to him, which I guess would make Lisa the maternal kind of figure in his life.
Yeah, technically.
But we find out through numerous scenes in the movie that Denny is in love with Lisa. Mm-hmm. He even flat out asks her if he can kiss her at one point, which Lisa just shrugs off and laughs and is like, oh, Denny, no, that's not, what universe is this?
That's a little weird.
He's always in and out of their apartment.
Yes.
Just showing up.
Just randomly walks in just like it's nothing. He
walks into the bedroom right before the first sex scene and tries to engage in a pillow fight with them. Pops up out of nowhere, like a little elf. Hello, I'm here to play too.
No, Denny.
And they're all laying in bed together, and Johnny recites the it's stuck in my head, memorable line. 2 is great, but 3 is a crowd. What? What? First of all, I gotta give Tommy Wiseau credit for keeping his English is obviously his second language. Yeah. But he tries so hard to, pretend like he knows how people that speak English talk, how Americans go about their day-to-day conversation. We greet everyone when they come into the room. Oh, hi, Tommy. Oh, hi, Ron. Every time. That's not... I've never been in a situation like that.
And not in... Because this movie came out in 2003.
Yes.
I don't remember talking like that in 2003 either.
No.
Oh, hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
Very
hi,
proper.
Danny. Very
proper.
Yeah, I don't see that. And my biggest issue, too, is every time they spoke, it felt like they were reading the big fucking card. Like, they didn't know their lines, so there was that big fucking card or a teleprompter that actually said it. So they're trying to keep up with it, not realizing it's moving. And they're just like, oh, hi, Danny. Pause. Hi. And that's the worst part is, where's the pauses? Nobody takes a breath when they speak.
Well, if you notice, a lot of the movie is dubbed over with his audio. Because even though he wrote and directed the film, Tommy Wiseau had such a hard time remembering his lines and reading from the cue cards that were present on set that he had to refilm them. But what I noticed there was a lot of dubbing was in the sex scenes. You hear nothing coming out of Lisa. No. You just hear moaning from Johnny. Like very... Before anything even really happens. He's moaning in ecstasy with rose petals being brushed across his chest. Which just made me very uncomfortable.
And the rain.
Yes, the rain.
The one window of rain.
Which makes no sense in the layout of the apartment.
No.
If you notice, there's windows all around this bedroom. I loved the canopy. That they had over the bed. I had one of those when I was 16.
And it was like those circular stairs that they had to walk up. I like the way the apartment was set up. Okay. I thought it was a nice apartment. It was in San Francisco too. So
yes, which there was a lot of scenes, just cut scenes of San Francisco nightlife.
Yes, a lot of nightlife and buildings.
Which did nothing for the movie. No. They were just put in there sporadically. No explanation whatsoever. Oh man, the cutaway scenes in this movie I could probably talk about for 2 hours alone.
Because it's just phenomenal. Everything about this movie, though being so horrible, is great.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's like, it's an oxymoron. This movie itself is an oxymoron.
Yes.
It's so bad, but I can't look away because it's so amazing to watch.
No, and now that because it's getting so much recognition again, because The Disaster Artist is coming out, Tommy Wiseau is now trying to say that he intentionally made this movie terrible because it is being called the Citizen Kane of bad movies, which is such a hilarious way to describe this film because, yes, this directing scenes are terrible. You can see the angles they're trying to do. They're trying to get very artsy in this movie. And it just comes across so cheesy. It feels like you're watching like your uncle or your cousin's like homemade movie that they're like, I'm going to try acting and directing. What do you think about this? What are you thinking? This is terrible.
But you say because you don't want to make them feel
bad.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, this is great. I mean, if you really stuck to this, you could be a real director. And it was at that moment your uncle was like, I'm going to send this in to Paramount Pictures because I feel this can be a huge movie.
Where Tommy Wiseau got $6 million to finance this movie, I'm not very sure. It's been rumored that he was selling leather jackets in Korea. Yes, in Korea. He was importing or exporting leather jackets, but he didn't want to go into like any further detail. His the guy that plays Mark, Greg Sestero, his best friend, has claimed that he used money from financial, like real estate investments that he had made.
Okay. And
that's where all the money went, was to the movie, which none of that makes any sense. Nope. First of all, who's buying real estate from this guy? Could you imagine, like, just trying to buy your first starter home?
I would love to.
you and Jen.
There's a door, and we have a window.
Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome to your home.
This is your home.
You have bathroom, you turn the faucet, water. And you look outside, skyline, beautiful. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
what's
I would need captions for everything that man said.
You have the one person walking around with the signs that this is what he meant to say. This is a beautiful house, a lovely school. You can have pets in here. You have dog? Hi, dog.
Hi, doggy.
Hi, doggy. Okay, bye. He didn't even show us the bedroom.
No.
It's okay. You don't want to see the bedroom.
But in the movie, it seems like Johnny is very in love with Lisa. He gives her this very lovely red dress at the beginning of the film. And shortly after their first sex scene, Lisa is having a conversation with her mother, I believe, and she becomes bored all of a sudden.
But randomly. We have no backstory.
There's no backstory.
He's giving her the world, though. You have to give him credit as a character, at least. He does love her. And from what we've seen, it's only been 5 minutes into the movie, but we've already seen that he does love her. He buys her stuff. He gave her this entire home because she, I believe, lives with him, if I'm not mistaken. And they're fiance.
They are fiancés.
So technically, he has a ring for her, and I don't get it. What are you bored about? It must be his hair.
Her mother, who's extremely shallow, keeps reminding Lisa that he's very financially stable.
That is true.
Because
he's a banker.
He is a banker.
Yeah.
And there is one scene where Lisa mentions she sells computer software, which I
don't even think she knows what a computer is.
But we never see her going to work.
No.
We never see her coming home from work.
True.
She always just seems to be coming home from shopping with her mom, who can only stay at the house for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Her mother comes over. I'm pretty sure she leaves her car running each time her mother comes over. Claudette, I believe her name is.
Claudette? Yes, that is the mom. Yeah.
And she'll come in. She'll drop some bombs in the relationship.
Yeah.
Like the scene where Claudette reveals that she has breast cancer.
My favorite scene of the movie.
And Lisa just shrugs it off and tells her she'll be okay.
You'll get over it. And she just responds, I know.
I think a normal child reacting to their mother having some type of illness, especially as devastating as breast cancer, that's a sit down and let's talk about this.
Yeah, this is a serious moment.
Not in the Room universe.
No. And they get over it and they never bring it up again.
Never again. Because Lisa's boredom with Johnny is so much more important than her mother's illness.
I'm getting a second round.
Yay. But I believe that the mother is probably the best actor in this whole film because she really sticks to her character. She's devoted to her emotions in every scene because it seems like Johnny and Lisa are just so flippant with what they feel about everything. Especially the scene where we find out Denny has used money to buy drugs.
Oh, another amazing scene.
Because in this scene, this is the first time we actually see Johnny and his best friend Mark, played by Greg Sestero, together, which makes no sense why they're even there together. Denny is on the roof. This really kind of rough-looking gentleman.
Chris R.
Chris R.
Chris R. was the drug dealer.
Denny even calls him by that. Hey, Chris R. Chris R. is demanding money that Denny owes him. Denny doesn't have the money. The money will be there in 5 minutes. I don't know who's supposed to be delivering this money.
Yeah, right? They never mention about anybody delivering money or especially the whole drug thing. I don't remember seeing Danny do drugs.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't doing drugs. He wasn't involved. They never mentioned. He doesn't even look like he's doing drugs. He looks like a normal kid.
He looks like he could have been an extra on Boy Meets World. He's so
He
normal
does look like an extra or a growing pains.
Yes.
He reminds me of a growing pains.
Just a background character just hanging out, going to school. Nope, not in the room.
No,
he's a dirty, drug-dealing, money-owing, fiance stealing piece of shit.
He is. And the best part about it was he actually told Johnny how he feels about Lisa.
Johnny laughed it off. I think Johnny took it as a compliment. One of his other creepy laughs. Ha ha ha. Chris R. becomes annoyed with Denny's lack of having the funds to pay him back.
Yep.
And he immediately pulls out a handgun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed the way he held the handgun, but he tilted it to the side.
To the side, which it doesn't work.
He's a real gangster.
That's what thugs do. They hold it to the side.
This real Hollywood movie, Chris R. You turn gun to side.
Not realizing that is the worst way to shoot a gun.
I wouldn't know. I don't.
50 Cent said that. They had an interview with him, and he was bringing up that. I think it was in Get Rich or Die Trying. How one scene the gun is tilted sideways, and he even said you can never ever shoot somebody.
I can't imagine aiming well by shooting.
That's the whole point. You can't aim well by doing this because the gun's going to cock back anyway. So you can, besides dislocate your shoulder, your elbow, or anything, it's pretty simple. But this is how a gangster would hold a gun, sideways. Yes. Obviously, nobody could see it.
And the guy's wearing a tank top.
He looks like a gangster.
Motorcycle boots and a beanie because the weather in San Francisco is very weird. Johnny's always in a big blazer, oversized blazer.
And it rains every time they have sex.
It does.
Every time they have sex.
Which I feel like is symbolic for something. I wonder what Freud would have to say about that.
Sadly, we can't ask.
We cannot.
We can't.
But
it's symbolic of just crying of how bad the sex scene is.
Denny and Chris R. begin to wrestle over this gun, and out of nowhere,
they come out of nowhere.
Johnny and Mark come running up, and then Lisa and her mother Claudette run up.
Yep.
Up to the roof where this whole fight is taking place. They manage to separate Chris R. from Denny. Mm-hmm. Mark and Johnny say we're taking him to the police.
Yep.
They rush him down that weird, creepy metal staircase.
No, but see, that's the thing. They don't actually show him go in the staircase.
Because there is no staircase.
They just go off camera.
Off camera.
You don't know where.
While they're on a roof.
Off camera. Yeah, exactly. They're on a roof. You don't know how big it is because it's only that one piece of the roof that we see with the horrible green screen.
With that metal, shack type thing up there. I don't even understand what that's supposed to be. And this is when Lisa and her mother Claudette start confronting Denny about...
This is when the acting really comes in.
Yes, Claudette is so devoted to this scene. She's screaming at Denny, whom she's just met, I think 5 minutes prior.
Yep.
She's crying. Lisa is crying because for some reason she's very disappointed
Why would
Denny.
you do that, Denny?
Claudette wants to know if he was supposed to if he was selling drugs. Mm-hmm. She doesn't seem to understand that Denny owes someone money.
That means he was buying drugs.
That's not how drug dealing works, Claudette. But she's an old lady. She's confused. She has a lot on her plate, like breast cancer.
Breast cancer and, the relationship between Johnny and Lisa.
A minute after Johnny and Mark escort Chris R. out of the scene, they are back, which was the quickest police booking, I think.
Very, very quick.
History.
Very quick. The police station must have been downstairs, like in Johnny's house.
They are all huddled up in a line together on the roof in a straight line. They're all just huddled around each other, which is how normal people stand in a group. We all stand in a line.
We do. And Mark comes out of nowhere. Because you only see Johnny run up at first.
This is the first time.
And he comes on the side. Just out of nowhere, Johnny comes running. And he's just like, Danny, are you okay? Oh, you can't do that, Danny.
And I've read that when they were filming the movie, in most normal films, if you are in a scene, there's only the characters present that day that are filming that scene.
That's right.
Not for a Tommy Wiseau film. He wanted every character in the movie available on set, no matter what scene he was filming, in case he felt like throwing them in there. Which is exactly what happened in this Denny Chris R. rooftop scene. Because it is almost a full cast shot on the roof. We've got Claudette, the mother, Lisa's mother. We have Lisa. We have Johnny. We have his best friend Mark. And we've got Denny. Just a cast of cool people.
That's probably when they took the picture.
I think
so. The cast photo right there. They were like, guys, here.
Let's just shoot the poster for this movie
right here, guys. Right here. Take the picture. Snap. Good picture.
Oh my gosh.
Phenomenal. But I love how Mark does show up out of nowhere, though, because you see Johnny run in, and then he's talking to Danny, and then the camera flashes over. You see Claudette and Lisa, flashes back to Johnny and Danny, flashes back, and Mark's fucking there. And he's just standing there with his fucking hands on fucking Claudette, just like chilling. You're like, where the fuck did he come from?
Who is this guy?
You didn't hear him. Nobody said anything. There's Mark. Oh, Mark, you're back. It was just Mark standing there like he was already there. He wasn't.
I believe the next time we see Mark is when Lisa phones him.
Yes, this is when she wants to get down and dirty.
She does, and this is the second awkward sex scene in the film. Mark shows up at Johnny and Lisa's apartment. Johnny is obviously banking somewhere very important.
He's banking. He's a successful banker.
He is.
All we really know about Johnny's job.
Lisa persuades Mark to have intercourse with her.
But he was not for it at first.
He was not.
He was like, no, that is my friend.
Johnny is my best friend. I can't do this to him.
And he did it like that.
But Lisa is so strikingly beautiful that she manages to convince him to have sex with her on their metal winding staircase.
Yes. And you know what? I got to give them a lot of credit because that is a place that not many people can say they've been.
No. I can't imagine it's comfortable, but I think after she filmed her sex scene with Tommy Wiseau, she was just down for anything at that point.
Yeah, I guess after that.
She's like, let's do it right here on the staircase.
She could have been like, let's fuck on a fire, and it would have been fine with her.
It would have been probably a lot better than with the creepy old Polish gremlin man.
Who looks like he's in the Ramones for some reason. He does. He always reminded me of like a guy that should be in the Ramones with the long hair and the sunglasses on. Not when he talks though.
Like he was in the Clash, like way back.
Yes, he would definitely be a Clash member.
He reminds me of like Iggy Pop / The Crow.
That's a good one.
With an accent.
The Crow. Oh no. We apologize to Brandon Lee. May he rest in peace.
Yes. Cheers to Brandon Lee.
Cheers to Brandon Lee. I love Brandon Lee. I know they're remaking The Crow with Jason Momoa, so that should be exciting to watch. Even though I think he might be a little too big for it, but Brandon Lee did make that movie really intense and exciting to watch. But Tommy Wiseau is nowhere as Brandon Lee.
No way. But he does give off that very...
He could be a crow.
And they show that actually in the trailer for The Disaster Artist when Tommy Wiseau is in acting class. There is like a director or teacher that tells him, you would make a good villain. You would make a good, vampire, or not vampire, Frankenstein or Dracula.
Yeah.
And he gets mad. He says, I'm not villain, I'm hero. Like, And that's what he really wanted the room to be about, is that Johnny is this all-American guy. Yeah. He's a hero, and he's just been betrayed by his best friend and the love of his life.
Which there's a lot of movies that are like that, done much, much better. Like The Great Gatsby.
Yes.
But these are also based on books. This movie is not based on a book. It's based on the mind of Tommy Wiseau. And that's what makes it even better.
It's an interesting... I don't know if it's a place where I would want to live in his mind, because...
No, I wouldn't want to be in his mind.
It's a very dramatic place to live.
And a lot of run-on sentences.
Yes. Also a lot of fast sentences.
Yeah, there's a lot of fast sentences.
There's not a lot of pause between people in their conversation.
No.
Somebody says something back, bam, 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 bam. Yep. There's no break. No one ever has time to sit and let what the other person says resonate.
That's why I love that flower scene. The flower
shop scene is amazing.
That scene. It's so perfectly done. And from the camera angles to the dialogue of how they just bang, 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 bang. I've never heard a conversation so quick. And he didn't, just the way he just walks in. Hi, my flower's ready? Yes. How much? $13. Here you go. You're my favorite customer.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, doggy. Bye. And just walks out. He was in there for literally 23 seconds.
So that's an actual flower shop in San Francisco.
Yes, that is a real flower shop.
The woman that plays the florist is not an actress. She was actually the woman working in the flower shop that day.
I didn't know that. Yes. That's hilarious.
She was actually working that day. Tommy Wiseau was so fascinated by the dog because he didn't know it was real at first. Because it's an older pug. It's obviously lives at the flower shop.
Right.
It was sitting still, and it wasn't until the dog moved where he realized that, oh my God, this is a real dog. Fascinated. Wanted the dog in the scene, included the, oh, hi, doggy.
Oh, hi, doggy.
But it's hilarious to me because from what we know about Johnny and Lisa's sex life, roses seem to be involved a lot.
Right.
And the attendant doesn't recognize him at first until he takes his
sunglasses.
Yeah, she doesn't realize.
Oh, I didn't know it was you. I didn't know it was you, Johnny.
I need a dozen roses, please, for sex.
You're my favorite customer. What? How is it? You didn't even recognize the guy and all he had was sunglasses on.
And he's her favorite customer.
And that's my favorite customer. Okay, bye. Go, hi, doggy.
And he shows back up at home with another gift for Lisa.
Yep.
But she's over it right now. She's bored. She's already had some Mark Levin.
She had some of that mock.
She had that Mark Wang. And I think this is the scene where she decides to get Johnny drunk.
Oh, when she wants to have him beat her.
But he doesn't.
No, because he loves her.
He loves her.
He would never harm her. And he says it, too.
She walks...
I did not. He really punctuates it.
She walks in with 2 glasses of scotch, cognac, whiskey, some type of brown liqueur. And then tops it with a bottle of vodka. As a bartender, no. This is terrible. That scene was really hard for me to watch because why are you trying to poison this man? Johnny says flat out, I don't drink, Lisa. And she coerces him into drinking with her. And she's like, it's good for you. Mixing vodka and scotch is not good for anybody.
It's not going to be a good day.
Scotchka? What are they drinking? I guess 5 seconds go by, and they are now severely intoxicated.
Yes,
we see Lisa with Johnny's business tie around her head.
Right, she was a ninja.
Because that's what you do when you drink with somebody that's wearing a tie. You put their tie around your head like a headband.
Have you never done that before? You know how much fun that is to put the tie over your head? It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he puts the fucking
There
belt
isn't
on
a
his
time when I'm out drinking where I'm not like, somebody get me a tie.
Get me the ties. I'm putting it on
I'm putting them on my head right now so I can look really cool and intoxicated. She asks him to make love to her. And this is where we cut to the third sex scene.
Which is technically the first sex scene.
Because the actress playing Lisa was made so uncomfortable by Tommy Wiseau in the first sex scene that she refused to film another one with him. And if you remember in the first love scene that they do, he thinks her vagina is somewhere up by her ribs.
Yeah, it's definitely by the belly button area.
He doesn't... I understand they're not supposed to be having sex, but...
Right, this is not Monster Bowl.
Why? They never said cut. I can't imagine that was comfortable for either parties involved. There was obviously no nude underwear placed on either character because all we see is Johnny's backside.
Right.
Thrusting, butt clenching.
Yep. He must have had a sock on it.
Oh, God.
Because if she was that... Well, I mean, she was disgusted after... Oh, no, he was definitely naked. If she was that disgusted by just him in general, plus... She must have seen some...
like sweaty man.
Yeah, Wiseau penis might not have worked out for her.
His hair up on her face.
She thought she was at a rock concert, but it wasn't really working out for her.
Oh, my God.
She's like, no, keep it away from me. Put it up by my stomach. Put it by the stomach area.
Which is why when we see the third sex scene in the movie, the second time Johnny and Lisa are making love, it's back to the rose petals on the bed.
Yep.
The candles are all lit.
And it's raining.
And it's raining again. What universe is this? It's so obvious that it's still cut from the first scene.
It's literally the same exact scene.
Yeah, it was all the unused bits from it.
It was just like, throw it in there. We'll just keep it that way. It's fine. It works out. She likes it. I like it. And we just get more Tommy Wiseau ass. And in the long run...
Which he insisted on it being in the movie.
Yes.
They tried to tell him, you don't need to do this. It's not really doing anything for the movie. And he's like, no, it has to be in it. This will sell the movie.
Yes, the ass of Tommy Wiseau.
Because I know in 2003, every lady was sitting at their house wanting to go out to the movies. I'm like, is Tommy Wiseau's ass going to be in this? No? Let's not waste our money.
I'd rather see James Van Der Beek.
Yeah, for sure. Let's Varsity Blues it up again.
That's right. Let's do Varsity Blues or maybe some Paul Walker, something different.
Yeah, come on.
But you know what? I think Tommy Wiseau's ass, if it's not in the movie, even I said that. If it's not in the movie, I'm not seeing it. I went and saw better things. And I'm mad about that because I should have seen the movie.
Yep.
I would have been one of those people that spent and gave them the $1,900 to see this movie. This movie should be worth $1,900 to own all the rights to it. I would buy it. And
it's funny because in most movies, sets are usually closed when they film a sex scene, especially a nude sex scene. No, everybody was present during that scene. Everybody's just eyes on Tommy, eyes on Lisa, candles. Of course the mood's set. How could she not be uncomfortable? This poor girl... Probably fresh off the bus from Texas. Mm-hmm. Mom, I got an acting job in California. I can't see her doing anything other than a health video.
I'm going to find out if she's
or a drinking and driving video. We're going to the prom and
we're going drinking.
Lisa got in a car accident because she drank too much at prom.
She is in a bunch of stuff. Well, she stopped acting for a while after she did The Room, though. The next time she showed up was 2012.
Could you blame her, though?
Yeah, no, she was probably...
She took an 8-year hiatus? It was probably to film, a parody of it on, some show.
She was in The Room Actors. Where Are They Now? She was there. Wow. She's currently filming a movie called An Hour to Kill.
Which, if you have an hour to kill, I suggest The Room.
I would suggest The Room, too, because that's going to... Wow. And nobody special is in this movie. Oh, that's cool. It's a horror flick.
Oh, great. Well, hopefully we get to see her die.
I'm down to watch her. I'm down to watch her die. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Oh no! Christian has returned from the pool.
I'm wet.
And he's wet, as you hear. He's wet.
Oh, hi, Christian.
Oh, hi, Christian.
Oh, hi, Christian.
Oh, God.
Oh, hi, Christian. Tell mommy.
I got you, Ben.
She's gonna do it.
She's gonna do it for you?
Yeah.
All right. Now that's the fun part. Yep.
Oh, muscles.
This is the part where you have to actually yank, and it hurts. It's fun.
Oh.
See his face. Watch his face. It's like Tommy Wiseau in the
You got
movie.
so many muscles, little man.
You got muscles?
I'm afraid I'm gonna break it.
I've found a trick to this.
That's the
I'm
fun
gonna break
part.
your child.
No, don't do it. But there is the best part is with the Disaster Artist coming out. I'm excited to see the backstory of it because that's really what the Disaster Artist is about. It's the backstory of them filming the movie. So we're gonna actually get a scene where who's playing Lisa? Let's find out.
I want to say it's that girl from For a Good Time Call.
It's Ari.
Yes,
Rainey?
I love her. She was in that movie For a Good Time Call where
Okay,
two
yeah.
roommates do a phone sex line. She was also in Nick and Nora. She's Nora's drunk best friend.
Caroline.
Yes.
Oh, she was in American Dad. She was in Whip It. Okay, so she's in a decent amount.
Okay.
All right, so that's good. So, but I can't wait to see her, and I guess I don't even know if it's going to be James Franco or maybe Dave Franco. Her explaining that she doesn't want to do a sex scene again.
That
Part's going to be funny.
Hopefully,
she was in The Sopranos.
Hopefully, she has to explain it to Seth Rogen, who plays the director.
He's the director. No, I'm sorry. He was the director's Tommy Wiseau.
Yes.
He's the script supervisor.
Which is hilarious that they needed to have somebody to make sure they stayed on script.
Oh, Alison Brie's going to be in this movie? She's great.
I wonder who she's going to play.
She plays the girlfriend of Greg. What's his last name? Sestero? Yeah, she's just the girlfriend, so she's just a side character. But I know Josh Hutcherson's playing Danny.
I want there to be an explanation why Lisa and Johnny have two creepy friends that break into their home while they're not there and have a very awkward oral sex scene on their couch involving chocolates.
Michelle and Mike.
First of all, Mike's orgasm face starts
yes.
before the said oral sex even begins.
Mm-hmm.
He has about 4 pieces of chocolate in his mouth during this whole time.
That's true.
And the fornicating or whatever happens in there is interrupted by Lisa and her mother showing up in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very awkward. Mike puts his sweater on backwards. The tag is sticking out.
Yep.
He's
Nothing
very
going
confused.
on here.
No, nothing's going on.
No sexy tag.
Still has his pants on. Still has his shoes on.
True.
Michelle's still fully clothed.
Yep.
They leave. Lisa and her mother have one of their famous 15-second conversations.
Yep.
Mike returns to get a book he left. Claudette finds his underwear in the couch. First of all, how did he take his underwear off with his pants still on? How did he not know his underwear wasn't on if he did take his pants off? I
think it was that moment though, like, they walk in, he's like, oh man, like, I don't have underwear on, but I'll just leave anyway. But you should at least understand, like, you shouldn't walk out right away. You should be like, so I left the book here, and then find your underwear before Lisa's mother finds the underwear.
But the only reasonable reaction in this movie is Lisa's mother trying to figure out why there's so many goddamn people coming in and out of that house.
Because it's what the audience is thinking.
Yes. Who just... I've never just shown up at a friend's apartment with a man. Oh, hey, we're going to hook up on your couch real quick.
I'm just going to blow him over here. We'll be right back. You're like...
And Lisa explains to her mother that they like to do that there. Do they not have a home? Is Johnny and Lisa's apartment just like a halfway house for wayward 20-somethings to borrow groceries like Denny likes to and get involved in pillow fights? And it's funny about Denny. Tommy Wiseau has actually been quoted saying Denny has a mental disorder in the movie. But when they interviewed the actor about that, he had no idea. So just off the top of his head, Tommy Wiseau's like, I'm going to make him challenged after the movie was filmed.
But you never see it. There's nothing that really shows that he would be a little off
There's scenes where he's a little.
Well, I think he's more creepy and weird than just like this.
But that's
kid
not.
might
That
have
doesn't.
a mental,
Yeah,
that doesn't mean you have a mental disorder, which Tommy Wiseau obviously made sure. Probably because when he looked at it, he was like, "Okay, I'm making this kid really weird and creepy. Let's just say he's retarded, and we'll get over it.
Yeah,
it'll be okay."
But the poor kid playing him never knew he was supposed to be retarded.
Never found out.
Which says much for his acting.
Yeah.
Which means his acting was that to a mentally challenged individual.
Basically.
Which is fucked up.
But funny at the same time.
Oh,
That's still fucked up, though.
God bless Danny.
But great. Because it was really funny. I feel bad for Danny.
I do, too.
Josh Hutcherson.
I doubt he does a lot anymore. I feel like if you did that
I think once you did this movie, I think
I retired.
A lot of them are just...
I'm done. I'm going to be making money off this movie for the rest of my life.
And they are. And I'm sure they'll be showing up to the fucking... The Disaster
well, not for me,
Artist
because we
show.
watched that on YouTube, so...
Yes, that is true. You could watch The Disaster Artist on YouTube.
Yes.
It is on YouTube. The full-length movie is on YouTube.
No, not The Disaster Artist, The Room.
I'm sorry, The Room, yeah. I wish The Disaster Artist was on YouTube. Yes, The Room is on YouTube. That is true.
And it's funny, as good of friends that Mark and Johnny are in the film, they don't actually speak with each other until about 40 minutes into the film.
That is the big famous scene.
It's mentioned back and forth that Mark is constantly saying to Lisa that Johnny's my best friend. Mm-hmm. Johnny's saying to Lisa and Danny, "Oh, Mark's my best friend." Mm-hmm. The creepiest laughs ever. No matter what this guy says, he laughs afterwards.
He didn't know what to do after. Instead of a pause, he figured a laugh would make sense in the sentence.
Or a random football scene.
Oh, my favorite. I love the fact that they didn't know what to do with their hands. So they put a football there, so at least they have something to do while they're constantly.
And they've interviewed him numerous times asking about all the football scenes, and he said, because football is fun. They're not playing football.
No, they're just throwing a football.
They're playing catch with a football, and everyone has terrible form.
Yes, very terrible.
None of these people are being drafted into the NFL.
Or playing even in college.
I don't even think a Pop Warner team for a bunch of middle school students would want any of these yahoos throwing a football around them. And there is a very hilarious scene where we see Mike, Denny, Tommy, or Johnny, and then Mark all tossing the football in the back alley, which is actually a set. This is not a real alley.
Yeah, no, that is a set.
They built this set of an alley right next to an alley, and they're tossing this football back and forth. Mark casually bumps into Mike. Mike falls into a metal trash can, like people do, like a stumble.
It happens. You fall.
People fall. He all of a sudden stands up and is completely wasted.
Yep.
The guy is done. He needs help standing up. He has to put both of his arms around Denny and Mark.
Yep.
And needs to be walked out of the scene. None of this is explained.
Nope.
We never figure out what happened to Mike's health.
Nobody ever knows what happened to Mike.
We see him later on in the party.
Right, but nobody ever brings up the fact of what happened to Mike.
I want to know what Mike's, what they told him to make his character like. To me, it seemed like a Mr. Bean slash Stifler.
Okay.
From American Pie.
That's pretty good.
He was so awkward. His facial expressions are so confusing. And he's explaining to Johnny how embarrassing it is that Lisa's mother found his underwear in the couch.
Yeah.
As if this is like the worst thing that could have possibly have ever happened to him in his entire life. I don't know how great
he must have a very boring...
Yes. This is... And he's explaining it to Tommy, or Johnny, and he's like, oh, she found my underwear. How old are we?
Yeah, I know, right?
Are we 11? I've never... That scene just bugged the crap out of me.
How old would you say that this cast at this time is?
We have to say at least Tommy's got to be, or Johnny. Johnny's got to be at least in his 30s.
Okay.
If he's a successful banker.
He's playing a guy in his 30s.
Right.
But if Tommy Wiseau is 60 now.
So,
he was late 40s.
Yeah.
Doing this film. And everyone else is like 20-somethings.
Yeah, I would say they're all in their 20s.
Which is even funnier when you think about it because he's so out of place in every scene.
Yes, that is true.
He can't relate to anybody.
No. And he's always just kind of there and he's moving around.
Yeah.
And he's not really, he can't sit still.
No. In his apartment, first, can we just talk about the decor of this apartment?
Okay.
If you ever go see The Room in theaters, whenever they show the apartment, there are these awkward frames behind the couch that have pictures of spoons in them. And in the theater, whenever they show a scene where you can see the spoon pictures, people will actually throw plastic spoons at the screen. They go, spoons, spoons. Because Tommy was not happy with the way that the apartment was set up the day they started filming, so he sent people to the thrift store to buy some stuff to make it look more, I guess, like lived in, like an actual apartment.
Okay.
And they came back with photos of spoons. Framed pictures of spoons. Which sounds like something like a junkie would have in their home. Yeah. Like somebody that freebases a lot. Like, hey, here's my spoon picture.
Picture of spoons
I
here.
I love my spoons.
Little picture of a fake dog who turns out it's real. And another picture of spoons.
And the television is always cut out of the scene. It's almost like kind of like Seinfeld, the way the set is like set up.
Right.
Because the camera's always on the side of where the television is supposed to be. Yeah, they never showed the television.
He couldn't afford it. Too many pictures of spoons.
Just such a successful banker. And that's another thing that bugged me.
What is a successful banker?
I don't know. Is he a bank teller?
I don't know.
Because
is he just a banker?
He's explaining to Mark in the coffee shop scene where they never pay for anything.
Yes, that is true.
Everyone just walks up to the counter, orders things off the menu, and then they just go and sit down and wait for their items. And I think they have like a minute conversation. Mm-hmm. Tommy explains that he got the bank a new client with a lot of money. Very famous client, but won't say who it is.
Nope.
And it's never brought up again.
So then he has to be like gotta be like a sales rep for
I guess?
banking.
I don't know.
That would make sense. You gotta be like if he's getting a client, he has to have something to do. It has to be with sales.
Yes.
It would only make sense with sales or some sort of, I don't know, fucking, it's gotta be something like that. That doesn't make sense.
There's also another scene where we're introduced to Johnny's other friend, Peter.
Peter.
Who is a psychologist.
Yes.
And he's explaining his issues to Peter about Lisa. Mm-hmm. How he's worried that Lisa isn't interested in him anymore.
Right.
And that there's something going on maybe with her. And he asks him for help because he's a psychologist.
Right.
And as psychologists do, he offers the worst advice. Tells him he doesn't want to get involved. To just, figure things out. Just very standard, basic advice. And then Mark shows up at the apartment. And Johnny gets into the story about how him and Lisa met. He just moved to San Francisco. He was a busboy at a cafe or a hotel. I don't really remember. But he had no money. Because when he moved here, he had an out-of-state check that no one would cash. What? First of all, how can you not get a check cashed from a bank from another state?
It might take like 3 days, but it's going to go through eventually.
So Lisa had to pay for their first date. And that's what made their first date so funny. Ha ha ha. Lisa paid for everything.
Haha, Lisa. Lisa paid for the first.
What a terrible banker. He doesn't know where to get his checks cashed.
Yeah, right? And he's successful. But obviously at that point he didn't know what the hell to do when it came to cashing checks or out of state. That doesn't even make sense.
And this is also the scene where Mark reveals he is sleeping with a married woman.
That is right.
Even though Johnny and Lisa are not married yet.
Not married. Just fiance.
And I can't tell by cutaway scenes or what's going on, but I think it's been at least 2 weeks since we were first introduced to these characters at the beginning of the film.
That's a tough question.
But the wedding is still a month away.
Right.
It's always a month away. Doesn't matter what
It's
time.
easy. It's easy to put it that way. It's
Oh,
just a
you
month
ready
away.
for the wedding in a month?
It's a month away. All right.
A month away. Peter tries to offer advice to Mark and Johnny, and then Johnny snaps, telling him to stop trying to psychologist them. Even though he literally asked him for advice because he's a psychologist a minute before.
That's right.
None of this makes any fucking sense.
Zero, but it's phenomenal.
Why? I hope, and I'm pretty sure after that is the scene where they're all in tuxedos out of nowhere for no reason.
Did we get to when Mark and Peter talk?
Oh no, we missed that.
Because that part's amazing.
Because Mark still has facial hair in that scene.
Yes, that's right. Mark loses his facial hair.
So Mark goes up to the roof where
Right.
he's smoking a big fat doobie.
He is smoking a doobie.
And Peter walks up.
And he knows.
Oh, he knows something's up.
Yeah, he knows something's up.
And he asks Mark if it's with Lisa. And Mark tries to kind of play it off. Like he doesn't know what he's talking about. Offers Peter a hit off of his joint. Peter doesn't do that though.
No.
He's a psychologist. He's got to keep his mind right.
Right.
And like a scene out of Reefer Madness, these two get into a scuffle.
Well, it's mainly because he calls Lisa a sociopath.
Yes.
And that's what sets off Mark.
I don't
She
know.
is. I would
She's
say
a complete sociopath.
She's out of her fucking mind. There's no doubt about it.
She turns on Johnny out of nowhere.
Right.
With
She was
no
bored.
explanation.
She's just bored. I'm going to say go fucking...
And as a computer software salesperson, you've got to be on your toes.
You do.
You've got to keep a sharp mind.
That's right.
You can't be so flippant with your emotions.
I agree.
Especially in 2003. That was a good year for computer software.
Things was happening. We had, Mac was getting ready to come out with some big shit. And,
I'm pretty sure MySpace just started.
Yeah, that might have been.
What
I'm
a
gonna
time!
find out what happened in 2003.
What a time to be alive. And we find out, yes, that Mark doesn't like anyone talking badly about Lisa. Even though I'm not even sure he knew what he wanted to do with her. I think he just liked using her for a good time.
Yeah, it was just a straight up, we're just going to bang.
Yeah.
And, hey, In the Club by 50 Cent was released in 2003.
Oh, that would have been such a good Johnny
could've-
and Lisa hooking up song.
Yes, that would have definitely worked.
I just wanted a scene of Johnny dancing in that movie. I feel like that would have been really interesting.
You know what the thing is? That movie, I don't know, we got enough ass. I don't know if we can deal with Johnny just dancing around and having a good time. Because he didn't show his ass.
No.
And I was already done with that. But that is pretty funny, though. There's a lot of things that happened in 2003.
So Mark gets upset with Peter because he refers to
This is a sociopath, yeah.
his sex magnet doll toy lady girl Lisa as a
I don't even
sociopath.
know what she really is, though.
I don't know.
It was just a fuck, and he even after they fucked, kind of still had he felt somewhat bad, somewhat. And that switches very quickly.
I think because at the end of the day, Mark knew he was ruining a relationship with his best friend.
He was a home wrecker.
He was.
And
that's why he was up on the roof doing drugs. Because he was just so upset with himself.
He was just pot.
And in this moment of rage and drug abuse, Mark decides to attack Peter on the roof and kind of push him over the ledge and holds him down over the ledge like he's going to toss him over.
That's right.
And then within the blink of an eye, everyone's standing up. They're apologizing to each other.
He said okay.
And everybody's friends again.
See, I'm reading here, like, when it actually explains the scene, and it's great, because when it mentions that Peter is just, talking about Lisa, calling her a sociopath, which resulted in Mark feeling guilty about his and Lisa's affair, and it literally says briefly trying to murder him.
Yes.
And to me,
Do you
I
think
don't
that said
think...
it in the script?
Yeah.
Briefly tried to kill Peter.
Murder is, I think that's the thing. It's not just trying to kill him. They're using the term of murder, which right there, you can't apologize for murder.
No.
It's just like, hey, I wanted to shoot you in the face, but I'm not going to. And
Nope.
you're just like, no, it's cool, man. Like, we'll let it go. And he tried to throw him off a roof, and then Peter was like, nah, it's cool, man.
It's cool because he understands that when somebody like Mark is under the influence of marijuana,
you get mad.
And that's why that scene was such it was like reefer madness. Who gets like that?
I don't know.
After they smoke pot.
Never
I'm
seen
going to
anybody
throw
get like
you off this roof. First of all, potheads are usually the laziest group of people.
Happy, hungry, sleepy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, we're not going to get up and try to toss you off a roof.
No.
We're just going to be like, you know what, man? Screw you.
Yeah, that's right. You would get more of a, you know what, dude? Fuck you. You just go fuck yourself, and I'm banging her. That's about it.
Yep.
But throwing somebody off a roof, getting that angry...
But not in the mind of a late 40s Polish man. This is what he believes would actually happen.
Yep.
Which is, it's an interesting mind. It's a beautiful mind, I guess you could say.
Ooh.
Are we at the tuxedo scene yet?
Now we're getting there. Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's time for the surprise birthday.
So, we cut to a scene where Johnny is in a tuxedo.
Yep.
Denny is in a tuxedo. Peter's in a tuxedo. And then the door opens. Mark shows up, clean shaven.
Yep.
There's actually music playing as they zoom in to his face.
They wanted to show it.
With like a chime sound effect. Like it was like a very like he's shaved.
Like, look, Mark shaved. Hi, Mark.
Which is so bizarre. When I first saw this scene, I was like, oh, we just jumped to the wedding.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
we got there.
the wedding's happening. Okay, cool. The wedding doesn't happen.
No.
They just put tuxedos on.
That's right.
And then someone suggests football. I think it was Denny.
Denny suggested throwing the football. Yep.
First of all, why are they in tuxedos? Why do they find it necessary to play football in an alley? Well, it's not. I hate that we're even saying they're playing football. They're tossing the football around
they're playing catch.
while they're standing 3 feet away from each other.
That's right.
It's like watching a group of kindergartners
Kick
play,
the ball.
Yeah, or
You're
play
kicking
hot potato.
Yeah, hot potato to football.
They
hot
literally
potato.
just pass it next to each other. And then while they are playing catch outside, Peter falls. Very dramatic music. Everybody rushes on top of him while he's laying on his stomach on the pavement. And then Denny says, "You're so clumsy, Peter." And I think that's the end of that scene. And scene. What the fuck? Like, this movie makes you feel like you're under the influence of something. It made me want to rewind it. Did we miss something?
Nope.
I think somebody makes a brief statement about wedding photos, but who takes wedding photos a month before their wedding?
Nobody. You take the wedding photos during the wedding. That's why they're called wedding photos.
I always thought that was like your chance to get away from everybody. Like, all right,
it's like, all right, we're going to go take some photos now.
Yeah.
Fucking asses. And then you get away. And you take your pictures, you get some food because you're not allowed
Let's
to
go
eat.
to Taco Bell, let's smoke a cigarette real quick, and we'll go back to our wedding. That, to me, seems normal. Nope, these 4 macho men decide to go play
some catch
in an alley. But yeah, the tuxedos are never explained, and that really bugged me. It really did, because there's Never in the rest of the film is there any mention of the tuxedos or
Nope.
if there were pictures taken that day.
Nope.
Because it's mentioned that Lisa does not have her dress yet.
That is true.
Which I don't know what type of woman who is getting married in a month.
1 month.
You have 1 month to get your wedding dress. But she doesn't want to marry Johnny.
No, she doesn't want to marry Johnny.
And she keeps telling her mother that, and her mother is still this shallow asshole.
Financial.
It's financially stable, Lisa.
Yep.
He supports you. He wants to buy you a house.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all that matters.
That's what does matter.
In this universe...
At least in that universe, yes.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
If I can buy this girl a house,
yep.
I'm God to her.
Yeah. Her
I'm the
mom
prince.
loves me. She can't understand a fucking thing I'm saying, but she loves me because I'm buying this house.
I buy her house. Oh, that's a good guy right there.
Hi, Lisa. This is your house.
This is your house, Lisa.
Welcome.
It has a door. You open the door, and that's your room.
That's your room. I sleep over here.
I sleep on couch. You sleep in the room.
I put peanuts in belly button. With roses.
No, I don't want to do. I'm going to call Mark right now.
I'm calling your friend.
I'm calling your best friend Mark, who for some reason's okay with fucking me anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Mark's the best. That's a good friend, though. I
Yes.
think if I had to have a good friend like that, I definitely want it to be Mark.
Who? I don't think I would want Mark as my friend, honestly.
No, I want to get to know Mark.
I'd go for a few drinks with Mark.
I would definitely drink with Mark, yeah. And Tommy.
Yes.
Not Johnny. I don't want to drink with Johnny because he doesn't drink, except that one scene. But otherwise, I would definitely want to have a drink with Tommy Wiseau. And I don't even want to ask him questions. I just want him to talk to me. That's it. I'd be like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to ask you any questions. Tell me about your life, and let me just enjoy myself of how amazing it is.
Where are we in this movie? I keep getting
we got the tuxedos.
Yes.
And we haven't figured out why we have tuxedos.
Yeah.
But now we have to get to the surprise birthday party for Johnny.
That Lisa has been putting on.
Oh yeah, she's putting this party on.
She's cleaning the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
She has her friend Michelle come over.
That's right.
While she is taking the groceries and out of the bag, and she's sweeping. If you notice in this scene, Lisa has a line for every item she pulls out of the grocery bag. It's all very planned.
Yep.
No human being unpacks groceries like this in their living room. And it was a very awkward party supply, grocery trip. It was like a sack of potatoes,
Yep.
a bag of rice, and
What kind of party is this?
one other item. What kind of Polish shindig are y'all throwing at this thing?
I think even the Polish wise, it would be much better. You'd get at least some sausage involved. You get some pierogies involved. You get something that's going to taste good, but just let's get some potatoes, a little bit of rice, maybe a cucumber here and there. You're just like, I don't think this is a party. This just sounds like we're having dinner. But the best part about the whole surprise party is that one of the friends actually catch Lisa making out with Mark.
Yes.
Outside, and then they bring it up.
And, okay, so this whole scene and this new character that we're introduced to has a funny backstory. So the character playing Peter...
Yes.
Well, actually, the guy that's playing Peter, he had a prior acting engagement that he had to do, and Tommy Wiseau promised him that he would be done filming in order to do this. That didn't end up happening. Go figure, they got sidetracked on set, things were postponed. So the man that played Peter left. He was like, I'm done. You guys filmed a majority of my scenes. I'm out. We are introduced to this new guy, Steven.
Yes.
Who's actually supposed to... who's basically new Peter.
Yeah, he's the replacement of Peter.
Yes. Because he has all of Peter's...
Steven.
He takes all of Peter's lines.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not introduced to him at all. He's just thrown in there, and we're just supposed to kind of keep up with what's going on.
Yep. Oh, that's Steven. Hi, Steven.
Steven catches Lisa and Mark at the birthday party in a romantic moment where they're entwined, which was very smart of Lisa. She had a huge group of people in her home.
Yes.
and casually suggests, hey, why don't we all get up, go outside for some fresh air? Like at every party you go to.
Yeah, you have to.
The hostess usually suggests we all go outside and get some fresh air.
Makes sense.
And as everyone
It's a surprise party. He's not there yet.
Yeah, surprise.
So let's just go outside and wait for him.
So everyone files out of the apartment. And as Mark and Lisa are towards the back, Lisa shuts the door, catching Mark, kind of coercing him into some type of make-out sesh on the couch.
Yep.
Mark seems very confused.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
He doesn't understand.
He doesn't seem to remember that he's already hooked up with Lisa like twice.
Yep. Sexually.
In a sexual way.
Yeah, it's not even like they just kissed. Like,
on the staircase.
They were fucking.
They've been fucking.
He was getting some head, and they were fucking.
Yeah.
So why are you confused?
And each time she tries to do this with him, he seems confused. Like, why are we doing this? You've already done it.
Yeah, you've already
ruined your friendship.
Yes, agreed.
Johnny doesn't know yet, though, but you've already crossed that line.
Yeah,
you can't go back.
You can't. Yeah, once the pants come on, once you start sucking your dick and you don't stop her, that's it. That's over. You've already surpassed the part. Fun.
So Steven comes in, catches Mark and Lisa in this moment. He goes off on Lisa.
Yep.
And this is when we're introduced to him. He seems like one of the most rational characters.
He has a brain. He has a brain.
Well, he was supposed to be a psychologist.
Well, he was a psychologist, but that guy can't film no more. So now we got Steven.
Mark leaves because he's just so upset with his actions with Lisa and his friendship with Johnny.
Yep.
And how all this is happening and it's gotten so out of control. And Steven is just concerned because Johnny is so sensitive. Which, up until this point, we haven't really seen a sensitive side to Johnny.
No, not at all.
We see him laughing.
A lot of laughter.
Yeah. He thinks everything is funny. He's a romantic. He has a lot of roses in the house. It seems like every time he comes home, he has a gift for Lisa, which seems really nice.
It's because to him, that meant that he's showing he loves her. Just by showing up with something in his hand already shows, hey, I bought this. This is for you. This is my love for you. And I believe he even says that his shows his love. I show my love to you.
Yep.
With the roses. And the sex, the belly button sex.
Johnny comes into the room.
It's the best part.
Michelle comes in, the oral sex chick from before with Mike with the chocolates.
Yep.
It seems like Lisa's only fucking friend in the whole movie.
I think besides her mother.
I believe Johnny says, "What a great party! You invited all of my friends.
All of my friends.
Good thinking." Because I hate when I go to a surprise party for myself and I don't know anybody there.
I hate when I go to surprise parties for me. Don't know a single soul in my fucking room.
Oh man, they invited nobody I know.
Like shit.
This sucks.
This is a good fucking crowd of no one.
Somebody has the brilliant idea of everyone going back outside again because it's getting really hot in the apartment. Out of nowhere, while they're outside, which by the decor outside, it looks like the party should have been happening outside the entire time. Yeah. There's tables with linen set up. Yep. There are twinkle lights.
It was popping. It was a pop.
It was actually really pretty. I was like, whoa, this is where most of the budget must have fucking went. Out of nowhere, I think Johnny thanks everybody for coming to his party and then announces him and Lisa are expecting.
Yep.
Where the fuck did this come from?
In her belly button.
Literally, just a red herring.
She just throws that shit out there like, what? Wait, what? It's like, here, by the way, I thank you for coming. Glad that you guys are here. You're all my friends. She's pregnant. What?
I was so confused. I think I even looked at Ron when we were watching that scene and I was like, did we miss a part? Did she tell him she was pregnant?
It was the second sex scene.
We did not see that part.
The second sex scene, that's what happened.
And then we see Michelle, Lisa's friend, pulling her aside with, curious Steven again, coming over, wanting to know what the heck is going on here.
What the fuck happened?
And Michelle knows about Lisa and Mark. She wants to make sure whose baby this is. And this is when we find out Lisa has lied about her pregnancy, even though we've never seen her tell Johnny she's pregnant. And when questioned about why she lied, she simply states she wanted to make it more interesting.
You can't make this shit up.
What kind of fucked up...
She's a sociopath.
You would, like...
I'm gonna spice up my relationship. You
I'm
know what?
pregnant.
You're fucking pregnant. What? He had this whole mindset of thinking he's gonna have a child. He's so excited, and she lied about it just because she wanted to spice it up a little bit. Bitch, get a strap on or something. Try something different. Put on a mask. I don't know.
Start pegging Johnny. I don't know.
Do something. Film it. I guess so. Do something good.
Isn't Johnny gonna be a little curious that
9 months down the road, you still don't have a...
Lisa, where's our baby? Oh.
I lost it.
This is more interesting.
I got a better story for you. You're going to love this one. So remember the whole baby thing? Yeah, that never happened. I just said it because I wanted to spice it up a little bit. But, okay, I buy you roses.
So, Michelle and Steven are obviously flabbergasted at this news that their friend Lisa is just a chronic liar. I don't know how this is all news to them. Like,
yeah, right?
if they're all such good friends, how do they, like, is this behavior that she hasn't, like, exhibited before? Like, that's what threw me off. I'm like, dude,
maybe that's the plot twist. Like, nobody really knows. Maybe she's the crazy one, as we already know she is crazy, but nobody knows how crazy she is, except Mark.
And I think this is when Steven kind of drops his own little bomb on Lisa. Mark doesn't even really love you. Because, keep in mind, Steven is supposed to be Peter.
That's right, yeah.
And Mark and Peter had their reefer madness moment on the roof.
He was going to kill him, right? Where
Mark was very confused about Lisa and his situation he had gotten himself into. So obviously, if you love somebody, you know it. There's no confusion. And Mark was kind of upset with himself at what he's gotten himself into with Lisa.
Right.
Lisa gets fucking pissed with this.
She's
does. Fucking furious. She insists everybody goes inside and eats some cake.
I'm so fucking pissed. Everybody inside right now, let's eat some cake. This is cake moments right now. She insists everybody.
Mark is just now hearing about Lisa's pregnancy.
Yeah, right?
And obviously he's concerned because he's already diddled her like twice.
Yep, Mark went inside twice, so that might be a Mark
on
baby.
The staircase, and I feel like that's probably a good way to get pregnant on a staircase.
I guess the way the slantiness of the spin of it, yeah, that could go inside pretty well. Wow.
So Lisa and Mark get into a fight because Lisa tells Mark not to worry about the pregnancy because she doesn't want to let him know she's a big fat liar.
Yeah, right. She
slaps him. Bam! In front of everybody in the party. Like, that's not going to be a red flag. And then Johnny, hey, what's going on over here? Because his girlfriend just...
slapped his best friend.
His future wife, because they never used the word fiance in this whole movie. His future wife just slapped his best friend out of nowhere. No explanation. Why does that happen? Johnny wants to fucking know.
I would want to know too if I was Johnny.
Who wouldn't want to know? Johnny and Mark get into a scuffle, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I would say. A little push, grab and shoves.
And it's probably one of the quickest scuffles in the film.
Yes, very quick. And ends very well too. Like nothing happened. Just like, okay, everybody, let's go outside.
Johnny apologizes.
He does apologize.
And that's the end of it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's the end of Johnny and Mark's issue.
But remember, she also flaunts the affair. She mentions that she's having an affair with Mark in front of Johnny.
Yes.
And then it starts the whole little scuffle that they have, and then it's just, I'm sorry. And that's it. Like,
Johnny, yes. We then cut to a scene where Lisa and Mark are no longer fighting.
Right.
And they are slow dancing in the middle of the apartment around all of Johnny's friends.
That's right.
And it's getting very inappropriate. Almost to the point where they don't think anyone else is in the room.
Maybe it was all in the head.
They're necking, they're slow dancing. It's very awkward. Johnny confronts them.
Yeah.
This is the most awkward birthday party ever. I think I would have left.
I would have wanted to be there for this.
I think I would have left right after Johnny said they were expecting. I think that's probably what I would have.
If right there, once you find out they're expecting, you know this party's going to get even better.
Oh, and you know what we forgot to mention? While Lisa is talking to Michelle after Michelle confronts her about the pregnancy, Lisa is downing a glass of champagne.
That's right, yeah.
She is the worst fake pregnant woman I've ever seen.
I'm just, fuck it.
Fuck it. I'm drinking this.
I'm pregnant, everyone.
Yeah.
Bitch, you are drinking.
Johnny confronts Lisa and Mark while they are having their intimate moment in the middle of the fucking party like no one's watching.
At Johnny's party.
Yes.
It's Johnny's party.
Johnny's birthday party. His future wife and his best friend
Are just fucking
are literally genital to genital in the middle of the living room, necking. And no one seems to find anything wrong with this except Johnny.
Only Johnny's got the... Everybody else is like, oh, they do that on a regular.
Johnny's like, guys.
What's going on?
And keep in mind, at this point, he knows about the affair.
Yes.
Now he knows, so it's even worse. It's like, he knows... Mark's just like, fuck it. Let's just continue going. It's like nothing happened.
Johnny wants Mark to leave.
Of course. As anybody else would.
Lisa thinks that this is going to ruin the party. Everybody wants to see her and Mark grinding in the middle of the living room.
I'm down for
surrounded by pictures of spoons. Because who doesn't?
Love it, the spoon. Because they're spooning while watching the spoons.
This is when Johnny whips his jacket off.
Yep, he whips it.
And he wants to fucking fight. They're not best friends anymore.
He's gonna kick his ass.
They're not best friends anymore. They're ready to fucking rage. Oh, the chicken noises. I don't know what kind of chickens are in Poland. But according to Tommy Wiseau, all chickens go cheep, 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 cheep. Maybe because he's a banker and he thinks it's funny to say cheap, 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 cheap. But Mark is called...
I forgot about that part.
Mark is called a chicken by Johnny, and Johnny's trying to look really tough, and he...
Got all his friends around.
He
his
does...
birthday.
It was almost very Arrested Development when they don't know the chicken.
Nice job.
Yes. Like the... Like that. He does this whole cheep, cheap, cheep, cheep. And, ooh, if someone ever did that to me, that'd get my blood boiling.
Yeah, I'd be ready to kill somebody. Throw him off a balcony or some shit. Cheep, 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 cheep. What was Mark? Does Mark even have a job? Did they mention Mark having a job? Mark doesn't have a job.
But it seems like Mark lives in the building because he's always there with a quickness.
Yeah, he is there really quick.
Like,
so he's definitely around the area.
Lisa wants to hook up. I'm here. Like,
hey, babe. Hey, babe. Ready to fuck.
Denny's getting in a gunfight on the rooftop. Oh, I'm here.
Mark is there.
What? How? But now we know that Tommy Wiseau had everyone on set. Like, everybody could have been there in an instant.
That is true, yeah.
It's like the apartment in Friends, the building in Friends. Like, everybody's just there. Everyone's
just right next door.
In and out of each other's apartments, eating each other's food, sharing lovers. This is... 2003 was a crazy freaking year. I'm sad I was in high school during this. If this is what your 20s would have been like in 2003,
I was in high school
missed
too, yeah.
out. So mad.
I was in high school too with this shit. That's great.
Mark leaves the party.
Yeah, Mark gets up and leaves.
Because he got called a chicken.
Who wouldn't leave a party after being cheap, 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 cheap?
Johnny locks himself in the bathroom.
Great scene.
Ashamed, embarrassed at his own fucking birthday party. Where all of his friends were invited.
Surprise. Surprise birthday party.
He did not see any of this coming.
He knew nothing was coming. He thought he was about to get a kid and shit.
Yeah, he thought he was going home to have some more scotchka with his wife and have more rose petal sex. No. You're going to be in and out of your apartment, outside, inside. Oh, you're expecting a kid. Your best friend is hooking up with your girlfriend.
And by the way, she's not fucking pregnant.
Yeah, surprise. Lisa's mother comes up to the bedroom. Another shallow Lisa's mother moment.
Of course.
Don't worry, I cleaned up the kitchen, so you don't have to worry about that. Because right now, that's all Lisa can think about is, I gotta clean this fucking kitchen.
I got shit to do.
After this rager of a party I threw today, how can we make this easier for Lisa. What a nice mom.
And she still has breast cancer.
Yes.
Remember that. She did all that with breast cancer while Lisa was fake pregnant. I wonder if her mom knows if she was fake pregnant.
Probably. Her mom probably suggested it.
Yeah, that's
Knowing
true.
this family...
You want to spice it up? Say you're pregnant.
Say you're fucking pregnant. Nobody will leave you at this point. Johnny is rolling around on the bathroom wall, just flipping his hair, trying to listen to all the conversations happening outside with Lisa and her mom. Lisa asked him to come outside. The infamous line, "In a few minutes, bitch."
Bitch. In a few minutes, bitch.
When they filmed that scene, everyone started laughing. And then Tommy Wiseau came out and was like, "Why the fuck is everyone laughing?" Because no one expected him to say bitch.
In a few minutes, bitch.
So he's still in the bathroom. Lisa calls Mark.
Oh.
And it's very childish. She's obviously speaking in a way that she wants to piss off Johnny.
She's done enough.
I don't know why she's trying to...
She has ruined this man.
She's destroying this guy in his late 40s, immigrant. This poor man.
Immigrant, yeah. A successful banker.
But he's a successful banker that does not know how out-of-state checks work. She's just trying to fucking tear him apart. You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Set that up perfectly, alley-oop.
She calls Mark on the phone and she tells him she's done. She wants to come over.
She's leaving.
And Mark is... I can't wait. He tells her, "I want your body."
Nice.
Gross.
Yeah, she's not even attractive.
You honestly could have gone to any Walmart, maybe a Walgreens in the area.
Oh, Walgreens, nice.
And picked up a Lisa. Thrown her
You
into
could have
the
walked
movie.
around and asked for one. Is there Lisa here?
Yeah,
Lisa?
and there she is.
She's right there.
Boom.
She's got the mascara on. She's ready to go.
Johnny comes out of the bathroom.
With the cassette.
Lisa is packing her bags. She's done.
Angrily.
She's had it. She's just throwing all of her stupid outfits into her suitcase.
That's right.
No bras, because fucking girl didn't have a bra.
No, you
I
don't
think
need
she
a
had
bra at
like
that
one
time.
in the whole fucking film. Johnny asks who she was talking to.
Knowing everything.
He knows everything at this point.
Yep.
But he doesn't. Lisa said she's talking to nobody. She's just on the phone with herself, telling herself she loves her. Not. She's on the phone with fucking Mark.
Yeah, we know this.
Johnny then reveals his sneaky little contraption he's had hidden in the house. He has been recording all of the phone calls for, I don't know, the past month.
Yep.
With one cassette tape hooked up to his telephone, because that's how technology works. You just plug...
In 2003, yes.
You just plug your...
Keep in mind, we did have cell phones, though.
Yeah, but nobody in this movie had a cell phone.
No, they have cassette tapes.
Yeah. Johnny had a cassette tape in his pocket at all times, ready to go.
I'm back again!
Oh,
Yay!
he's returned!
Johnny plays the tape of Lisa and Mark's most recent phone conversation and acts like all of this is brand new information.
Yep.
He has no idea that this has been going on. He flips the heck out. He throws the tape recorder.
Yep.
Lisa leaves. I don't think in fear. I think she's just embarrassed because she's literally had to explain to her future husband 3, maybe 4 times that she's been cheating on him.
Yeah. While he already knew this, but doesn't really know it to... it doesn't make sense.
No. And then we are faced with a very awkward montage scene of Johnny trashing his apartment.
Yes. Okay.
While having memories of him and Lisa
Complete emotional breakdown.
in the good times, which were only the times we were shown in the
Why
film.
would you even think of good times at this time?
I don't
All
know.
the shit that has now occurred should have ruined you as a person.
It should have. He's thinking about the red dress he gave her
Oh, that's when he's better.
And that is okay. One of
Another
the
great
more
scene.
awkward scene. Johnny is so emotionally distraught by Lisa leaving that he finds the red dress that he gave her at the beginning of the film, and he starts, as he's laying down on the floor, rubbing it across his chest and his genitals.
Yep, and his wiener.
What is going on through his mind? That's what I would like to know. Is he trying to like rub one out real quick? What was he thinking?
That red dress symbolizes his love for her.
And he's smelling it. He's smelling it like she never washed the dress, and there's still like sex smell on it, and he's just loving it. Like,
I don't think so.
He's just getting off on this dress, but he's not getting off.
No, he's not.
Because he's so distraught that he
just a complete breakdown.
pulls out an open box, shuts it, and then opens it up again in the same second.
Yep. It's open, closes, it's open.
And pulls out a gun.
Which is
I'm
in the box.
assuming the gun was Chris R's gun from the beginning of the movie.
Had to be Chris R's gun.
Because
assuming
not at any time do we ever hear any mention about Johnny owning firearms.
Nope. He's a successful banker, though, so he does deal with a lot of clients and money. You have to assume there is a gun somewhere in his apartment. This is San Francisco. We don't know what happens there. But I'm going to go with that's probably Chris R's gun.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because we see Mark and Johnny wrestle the gun out of his hand.
Yep, they get the gun out of his hand.
I think. And then we see them kind of escort him to the police station, and then they're back in 10 seconds.
Yep.
Props to San Francisco Police Department for
They are so quick.
They're the quickest, I'm assuming.
They're really fast.
And then we see Johnny place the barrel of the gun in his mouth, and he thinks about Lisa.
What?
One last time. She says goodnight.
Then he blows his brains out.
And then he blows his fucking brains out. Which, with no previous thought of suicide, is the most irrational.
Yeah, no.
And then Mark and Lisa come rushing in to the bedroom after, I'm sure, some vigorous lovemaking.
Definitely. They were definitely banging. And Danny comes up too.
Danny comes running up, and they try to shield him from it because Johnny's always been a father figure to Denny, but they can't. It looks like somebody has spilled cranberry juice all over the floor where Johnny is lying on pillows, and he has the red dress in his arms.
Yep.
And Lisa, just thinking very clearly, looks at Mark and goes, "Now we can be together."
Yeah.
No one's calling the police.
He's dead.
He's
we can
dead.
finally be together.
He's dead. That's it. We're done. We don't have to do anything else. Like, they almost walked out of the room and just were like, all right, let's go back to our normal lives.
Well, what I think is even better, too, is Mark and Danny blame Lisa.
Yes.
Just like, you did this. It is your fault. Mark not thinking that, hey, I probably had a little thing in this, too.
Yes. But I honestly think that if Mark would have rebuffed Lisa, like, I don't want to hook up with you.
Right.
This is gross. She probably would have fucked Denny. She seems like such a crazy person. Like, that wouldn't surprise me.
She would have banged some Denny.
She would have banged Denny, and he was ready and willing.
Oh, he wanted a kiss. So
he admitted to her. He admitted to Johnny.
Yep.
I think he honestly just wanted like a little group action, just trying to get in there.
Pillow fight action.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Hey guys, can I pillow fight too?
Menage a trois.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And then we hear sirens because somehow the police knew to come.
They knew. They heard the gunshot
because they're right outside.
Because they're so fucking fast.
San Francisco Police Department, we salute you.
We do. Cheers to San Francisco Police Department.
Police Department, because you guys are so fucking quick.
And
Denny does also ask Mark and Lisa to leave.
Yes.
He wants them to leave.
To be alone.
Because he wants to be alone
with
Johnny. Which, I guess would make a little bit of sense too, the father figure thing. Like, you guys ruined this shit.
What bugs me is that no one's calling for help.
No, nobody's calling for help unless the mom downstairs is calling for help. Because she might be there.
Because she might still be tidying up the kitchen.
Steven might be there. Peter might be there. We don't know.
This party could still be going on. We have no idea.
Yeah. with the tuxedos and his friends.
Yes.
Somebody's downstairs and somebody's calling the police because it's the San Francisco police. They're there right now. But my favorite part is that he asks them to leave, and they don't leave.
Yes.
They show no respect,
No.
and they stay there and they just comfort each other.
Yes.
Motherfucker, the fucking guy wants to be alone with the fucking person that he considered a father. You are the two main
That's
people
her
that ruined
future
it.
husband. That's his best friend. They all felt entitled to sit in front of him while he's probably evacuating his bowels at this point.
That's true,
he's
because
fucking
that's
dead.
what happens after you die.
Yeah, he's fucking dead.
Now here's my thing: if they were, comforting each other, does that now mean Mark takes the father figure of Denny, and Lisa still stays the mother figure?
I don't
of Denny?
know. I feel like if that does become the case, Denny will be real defiant because he doesn't need a stepdad.
He doesn't need a
misses-
stepdad. He has Johnny.
He still
Well,
likes
used to.
Johnny. Johnny's his...
They should have made a part 2 with Johnny in the sky. Like,
What?
it's okay, Denny, you'll be fine.
And that brings up another point. When Tommy Wiseau was originally writing this film, he wanted there to be a subplot where we find out that Johnny is actually a vampire.
Yeah.
First of all, there's so many twists and turns in this movie. I don't think the audience could have handled.
I definitely would have been able to handle that.
I would have, honestly, if it was 2003 and I was in the movie theater on Friday night with my girlfriends, we were watching that movie, and it is revealed that Johnny is a vampire, I probably would have thrown my popcorn away and walked out.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. How stupid do you think we are?
If he was a vampire, I would have been like, hold on a second, guys. Does anybody else realize what just happened? This movie went from holy shit to amazing.
Tommy Wiseau wanted there to be a scene where it is revealed that Johnny is a vampire, and he drives off, I think, the roof of the apartment in like a Rolls Royce.
Grease.
Like in Greece.
Like in Greece.
They got together. Very much like that scene. But he realized how expensive it would have been to have filmed that. So he was like, you know what? Never mind. And the vampire story just kind of goes away. Which may have explained Lisa's sudden turn on him. Maybe she like walked in on him like eating a person.
That,
like,
or he
sucking
was
the blood.
upside down when
Yeah,
he sleeps.
sleeping upside down.
He sleeps
She's
upside
like,
down.
he's so boring. I'm over it.
He's boring. I mean, he's a fucking vampire. I mean, how boring can you get from like Queen of the Damned type shit going on here?
Yeah,
Blade. I mean, he was walking around in the daylight, so this is definitely like Blade type of daywalker shit. Which this is amazing, by the way.
This movie, there was so much wrong with it, but again, it's a cult classic.
It is.
Because of how bad it is.
Yep.
And I'm super glad that after last week's episode, I decided to watch it. That way we can do this episode.
Yeah, that's great.
And we spent this whole time just going over the ridiculousness.
We
of
literally
this
broke
fucking
down
movie.
this fucking movie.
We
right
did.
now,
Scene for scene.
It's,
We probably
scene
should
for
have
scene.
warned people this was full of spoilers.
Listen, if I'm sorry. Even us breaking down this movie, laughing and joking around with this movie doesn't mean shit.
No.
You have to see the movie in order to understand what's
The
happening.
subtle nuances of the room it'll just tickle you in such a good way when you finally sit down and watch it. I recommend you sit down and watch it with somebody you really love.
I do too.
You really care about, maybe your best friend and your future wife or your future husband.
And Denny.
Yeah, and
If
Denny
you
in
know
your life.
Denny, definitely Denny.
Yeah, if you have somebody that you've taken under your wing and you're a maternal or paternal figure for, I recommend you
Or
also...
if your girlfriend's fucking your best friend, you guys should all sit down and watch
you
this
wanna
movie
confront
because
them?
it will work. It will
Play
work.
this movie in front of them.
It's worth it. Every bit of this movie is definitely worth it. Because this movie's fucking great.
We never know what happens to Lisa's mother, though.
No.
We never
I'm
find out if
assuming
she
she
recovers
does
from her
die
breast
from
cancer.
breast cancer.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume. Unless she might be a vampire too.
Wouldn't that be some
What
shit?
if they're all vampires?
That's why they're all such an awkward group of friends.
Wait, but what if
It's
Danny
like a
changes
True
his
Blood.
name to Danny, and this is where Full House actually starts?
Ah.
He changes his name. He's like, I'm not
I
going to be
did
Danny.
notice. Okay,
Danny.
there is a scene in the film where I don't know if you remember the Full House intro.
Yep.
Like I do.
Okay.
But remember when they're all eating the picnic on the lawn?
Yep.
They show that lawn with the houses behind it.
Do they really?
They do in the film, and I was like, that's the Full House lawn.
Oh, I did not realize that. I'm gonna have when I go back and rewatch this. I'm gonna.
I can't tell you which part of the movie it's in because they literally do so many San Francisco cutscenes.
Plus, the movie's too good to just pick the scenes out.
Yes.
That's the thing about this movie. It is one of those movies where you can't just pick one scene that you want to enjoy. It's literally the whole movie.
Yes.
It's that bad. But it's that... it's really hard to explain. You have to watch it.
You really
watch
do.
this movie. It's so...
They should honestly give us some money for the amount of promotion we're doing.
We have
for
given
this.
you that promotion.
Yes, we have given you full free promotion for this film. I'm so excited for the Disaster Artist.
Yes, me too.
I can't wait to see how they make fun of this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the backstory of like them explaining to Johnny or Tommy Wiseau like why you need to do certain things in the movie, why you shouldn't. Like, I just want to see Tommy explaining the football.
The part in the trailer that when he comes out when he's doing the "I did not hit her" line, the main famous line of the movie. And he comes out, he goes, "I hit her." And then Seth Rogen's like, "No, do you want to change the line?" Because he wrote the script. He could literally change the line and right there and then. And he comes out water bottle because it was so hot in there that he had to have the water bottle because he was drinking the water.
He couldn't remember what he actually wrote. He wrote a film that he couldn't remember the lines to.
The best part is, and I was just reading this too, that it actually was originally as a play. It was a 500-page play.
Yes.
And he changed it and adapted it into a film. So this was actually going to be on Broadway.
Oh, God. Could you imagine an intermission of that fucking movie?
I would pay to see this. If they ever bring The Room on Broadway or wherever Florida uses their quote-unquote Broadway, I'm going. I have to be there.
I would hope they would make it into a musical.
That would be great. That would be great.
I did not hit her. I did not hit her.
I did not hit her, and I didn't do it.
Mark, hi, Mark.
Yeah, at the end, everybody stops. Oh, hi, Mark. And then Mark just sits there in the chair. Hey, Johnny. Comes walking out.
Oh, man.
And actually, if they're going to do that, they should have it filmed, like you have it on the stage, and like Broadway-wise. Yeah. But the film crew has to be on the side as if they're filming this. Because it has to be fucked up. Because
I found out that Tommy Wiseau actually had them rolling the cameras the entire time.
Right.
He's filming them setting up green screens. Mm-hmm. He's having audio recording of them just setting up like the apartment because he wanted everything just in case he needed it. There has to be,
not even acting.
There has to be at least a month worth of footage.
And it's worth watching.
I'm sure it is. Mm-hmm. But it's got to make Tommy Wiseau so uncomfortable to know that there's this footage out there of him like trying to direct and like be taken seriously, which I don't know how anybody could take this.
It will be released probably eventually. Eventually, we will get something like that.
Oh, I can't wait!
And I'm
like a documentary coming out with like all the behind the scenes footage of like him picking out his costumes.
The same thing he wears throughout the whole entire movie.
Just like the oversized kind of like 80s business suit. It looks like.
Yep. Because successful banker.
Yeah, in 2003.
No real legit job title.
Nothing at all. Just a banker.
Successful banker.
Yep.
Fucking perfect. Let's do it.
Who brings in very rich and famous clients that he cannot talk about.
He cannot talk about
them. How is your sex life going, Mark?
So, Mark, how's the sex life?
Just boom, 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 boom. Like, it just...
No pause, no thought process.
No, none whatsoever.
It's just like, that just happened. That's one of those things. And it's amazing. And I just read that Zac Efron's going to be Chris R. And that's going to be great.
That will be good.
Because Zac Efron is the fucking man now.
I can see him being a very aggressive...
Well, first he'll start like, all right, yeah, okay. And then he's going to go and then he's going to get all aggressive and shit.
And then he's got to do the gun to the side.
With the muscles because, he's already jacked up. So, yeah, that's going to work. That's going to be really funny. I'm really excited for this. It comes out December 8th.
I cannot wait. I think we should all go see it.
Yes, we definitely have to go see this movie.
Get a babysitter for the baby.
That's right. We're going to, Kristen, you're going to have to
get watched by somebody, you can't watch this movie.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah, because I can't watch the trailers enough without laughing hysterically.
That's the thing. I stopped watching the trailer. I've seen the first two. I don't know if they released the third one yet, but I don't want to watch anymore because I just want to see it. Like right now, it already had the first one, the first teaser one, when he literally just does the one scene,
high mark,
the high mark thing, and I was like, sold.
They had to do that scene 32 fucking
I love
times.
it. Take 32.
Yeah,
and the whole fucking group, everybody. I did not hit her. I did not. It's not true.
It's
I did
bullshit.
not hit her. It's bullshit.
Oh,
hi, Mark. They're all sitting there. You got Dave Franco saying it, Seth Rogen saying it, Paul Scheer is fucking saying it.
The makeup, it looks like the makeup artist, the hair
they're
people,
all
saying it. They all have heard it so many times that they're all saying it in unison.
And then when he gets it, Dave Franco.
Yeah,
and then as soon as he gets it, they're all just
and
so
they start
happy.
hugging.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes.
Which probably made him feel like the Tom Hanks of the whole fucking thing.
I have to
Like,
agree. He was definitely Tom Hanks at that moment.
I'm the greatest actor alive. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. The famous scene.
Yes.
And Ron, you just got a shirt that says this.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yes. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Because it's getting so famous again now. Memes all over Facebook with this movie. And yeah, there's hilarious t-shirts with just Tommy Wiseau's face on it that say, oh, hi, I'm Mark, or you're tearing me apart, Lisa. In that interview I showed you earlier with James Franco talking to Tommy Wiseau, he's actually wearing a silk tie that has the printed numerous times like a pattern. You're tearing me apart, Lisa, with him like that.
Oh, that's great. I didn't see that.
I noticed it towards the end. I'm like, he literally is laughing at himself now.
Yeah.
He's gone so far since this movie that he's now at the point where he can laugh at it. But he's in such denial about how bad he made it. He's saying he made it intentionally bad.
It's a lie.
Nobody.
It's a lie. Nobody makes it that bad.
It would have been way more campy if he was going to intentionally make it bad.
Right.
I think, it would have been ridiculous, like if he was doing that on purpose. But you can tell he's actually trying to make a good movie. But it's such crap. It's pure crap. Oh.
But still a cult film.
It is.
It's the Citizen Kane
of bad
movies.
I don't even want to call it like the Rocky Horror Picture Show of our time, but it kind of is. If people are going to the movie theaters to see this late at night and they're dressing up and they're saying the lines out loud and they're bringing props and they're throwing things, like that reminds me of like the theaters in New York when they would show Rocky Horror at midnight. People would throw rice during the wedding scene. Like
they would dance to the time warp.
Yeah, they would do the newspapers over their head during the rain, like the scene in the beginning. And that's exactly what's happening now with The Room, which who could have seen that coming in 2003?
Obviously not many people since it only made literally $1,900.
He's going to make it back tenfold.
Oh, he's going to make that money back.
You know he didn't think twice.
That's why he's for the disaster artist.
Yes,
not only just because there's a book written about it, but Tommy Wiseau was like, oh, I'm making my money back right now.
Oh, 100%.
Shit on me. Shit on me.
The fact that billboard was up
in... what percentage he's getting.
Yeah, the fact that billboard was up for 5 years marketing that movie is insane to me.
I don't know whose idea it was.
I was reading
Rogen's
here.
idea, or who's the...
It was Franco's idea.
It was his idea.
But Wiseau originally hoped that Johnny Depp was going to play him.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's great.
Yeah, so Seth Rogen's company announced that they acquired the rights to the film and the book. So, all right, so they obviously they bought it out, and then James Franco said, "I'll direct and play," and with obviously having Dave Franco do it.
Beautiful.
That's pretty awesome.
They got it.
It's a combination of Boogie Nights and The Master. That's amazing.
Yes, I could see that. Because I'm sure we're going to see the dark, twisted mind of what really goes on in Tommy Wiseau's life.
Oh, it's gonna be wow. It supposedly right now has a 95% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
I can see that.
That's pretty great.
It's getting so much attention. Like the Room movie is coming, but lots of people are trying to see it now for the first time because they're so intrigued by the Disaster Artist trailer that they're watching the movie for the first time, and it's getting a whole new following of fans.
And Wiseau's just eating it up.
Yes, I'm sure he's doing Letterman. He's doing Good Morning America. I'm sure he's doing all these interviews, and he hasn't changed. He still sounds like a straight up crazy person when he talks.
He's still on drugs. That's what he really sounds like too. He just sounds like he's just fucked up. Either he's drunk as shit, or he's just doing some sort of drugs, and it ain't pot.
No,
because pot don't make you sound like tell me pot. Man. He's Borat as a Polak.
I did read that in one of the scenes where he's raging out and kind of destroying things, that he was high on like cold medicine. That's why he was kind of like slurring his words.
That wasn't just him?
Yeah, no, that's not him just trying to speak English real good. That's him like hopped up on NyQuil or Dayquil or something, and that's he's phenomenal. Just trying to act his heart out. Poor guy. Poor fucking Tommy Wiseau. But I don't know why I'm saying poor. That guy's probably got more money than everybody put together.
He's got at least $1,900 that came his way. You know that much.
I can't believe he bought the cameras to make that film. He had no idea he could rent them. He was like, yeah, I'll buy these $50,000 cameras too, please.
Like, oh, okay.
Here's my card. Keep the change. Oh, hi,
okay.
doggy.
Hi, doggy. Hi, doggy. Bye-bye. What?
Oh, man.
It's phenomenal. It gets you really excited for The Disaster Artist. But now, this movie, The Disaster Artist, at least coming out, brought you back, like you were saying, to go watch The Room.
Yes.
Because I've seen The Room before I've seen The Disaster Artist trailer. It was when The Disaster Artist trailer came out that made me go, wow, I forgot how bad that movie was. Let me go watch it again. And I kept watching it.
See, I had never heard about it until I saw the Disaster Artist trailer, that teaser trailer, where they're filming that rooftop scene, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I actually went on YouTube and I looked up the Room trailer, and they showed that scene, and I'm like, holy shit, this is a shot-for-shot, like, parody of what happened.
Yep.
And I'm like, this has got to be good. It's James Franco, it's Seth Rogen, it's Baby Franco, Dave Franco. And like, you can't help but be excited about this movie.
If you ever want to watch something great on YouTube, though, you could watch CinemaSins when they do The Room.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Amazing.
I think it was like in the billion, the sin counter by the end of that clip. Yep. Oh my god.
And they sin every time they throw the football.
Yes.
And the guy just dies laughing during the whole thing. He's like, I hate this, but it's so great.
It's so bad. It's so bad, but you gotta give them credit.
I mean,
they made a movie so bad that a bunch of A-list celebrities want to make a movie about it.
Exactly. And we're sitting here making fun of what they did. Yes. But they accomplished so much that we have not been able to even get to that point.
No.
We would love to be at the situation they are right now. But we're not. We just make fun of it.
A podcast so bad.
Yeah.
We had to make a movie.
Exactly. Right? A podcast so bad that's in 2 different states that it's just so fucked up that they're going to make a movie about it. But nobody knows what the topics are about because they talk about random shit.
Exactly.
Directed by Tommy Wiseau.
Yep.
And then he's just like, yeah. But
I would want Kat Dennings to play me.
Oh, now wait, hold on.
We're recasting our podcast.
Oh, we should do that.
Second rounds
we should
on
do
us.
that one
The
time.
Room.
Recast the second. Who would play Mr. Malave?
Who would play Mr. Malave?
I'm gonna say Daddy Yankee.
Can Daddy Yankee act?
I don't think so.
All right,
Vin Diesel.
Okay,
minus the muscles, because
I was thinking more of like a Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba.
So he's old.
No, okay.
Because Cuba's mad old.
Well, when we did Little Shop of Horrors, I picked Brittany Murphy, and she's dead.
Okay.
So I'm thinking
Cuba.
young Cuba. Young Cuba.
Okay. All right, then Michael Clark Duncan has to play Alex.
Oh my God, yes. That would be amazing.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan could definitely play a good Mr. A-Town Ryan. I don't know who would play me.
I don't know who would play you either.
Nobody, I don't know. It would have to be somebody. Maybe Dave Franco. Maybe Dave Franco.
That would be interesting.
Dave Franco can do it.
Who'd be a good Jade?
Crickets. Jade. Who can play Jade? Maybe a Anne Hathaway?
Ooh.
could see Anne
I
Hathaway.
like that.
Anne Hathaway playing Jade.
Anne Hathaway. That would be cool. I would love to see Anne Hathaway with teal hair. That would be interesting.
Yeah, little mixed up kind of hair. I could definitely see that. That would work. Okay. Now, wait, who's playing you?
I'm gonna drink my Gatorade.
Kat Dennings.
Kat Denning. Okay, yeah. All right, that's fair.
Big bid.
Yeah, that's. Well, what about Oh man, who's the new girl chick? Why am I forgetting her name?
Zoe
Deschanel. Yeah. What if she?
I started
Jade?
watching New Girl because you were talking about
How amazing is New Girl?
It's pretty hilarious.
It's the I would say the new version of Friends.
I can see that.
That's the way I look at the way their friendship is, the way they really click together.
Yes.
I like Jake Johnson. I think Winston's great. Schmidt is amazing.
Schmidt's good.
Zoe Deschanel is an amazing actress.
Yeah, she's great.
She's so quirky.
That's what it is. She's such a doof, but it works in her
It
character.
really does.
And she is an amazing singer. And Damon Wayans Jr. is in it, but he leaves, comes back a little bit later on. And her best friend is
Gorgeous.
God, she's hot.
Cece.
It makes no sense that they're friends.
It doesn't.
Because in any normal universe, those two women would never be friends.
But you'll find out later on. I'm assuming you're only up to the first season. So
Yeah.
When you get a little bit later on, you'll see why they became friends.
I think it hints that they were both kind of teased in middle school.
Right, and then you bring it back. Because
Yeah.
remember, she's not American, so they tease her for being technically Indian. But yeah, phenomenal show. I recently got into it, I think maybe last year I started kind of watching it because I thought it was a joke show. I'm like, damn, I'm not going to like this. It's a girly show. No, it's pretty good. It's pretty funny. The characters really work for me. And I think they're doing one more season and then they're done. So, that is a very good show. But I can see... So, all right, we have Anne Hathaway playing Jade.
Yes.
We have Michael Clark Duncan playing Mr. A-Town Ryan.
Yes.
You have a...
Kat Dennings.
You have Kat Dennings.
I have Kat
have Dave Franco. And Mr. Malave is played by a young version of
Young
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
So we're talking...
Or The Rock.
You're talking...
I changed it to The Rock.
Don't say that.
I changed it to The Rock.
Matt, you fuck you. You're not the fucking Rock.
No, you understand that his brain and his head just got big and
I
his
know.
cock got big.
Because when
Like,
we
this
went
is what
to
just
City Walk,
happened.
he said something about The Rock, and I know he's got a little bit of a boner for him.
And he was the Rock for Halloween, and
Yeah.
he could pull it off. He's pretty good with the facial, with the eyebrow.
Yeah.
But no, he's young Cuba Gooding.
Young
He could be
Cuba.
Jerry Maguire, Cuba Gooding Jr. Show me the money. You
Not,
are not the fucking
not,
Rock.
not radio Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, he could probably pull that one up too.
When he said, what happened to your ride? What happened to your radio?
What happened to your ride?
What happened to your ride? Of course, we love Mr. Malave. Cheers to Mr. Malave.
Cheers to Mr. Malave.
Cheers to Mr. Malave. We miss you, Matt. He just recently got a job, so
Congrats on
congratulations to him. Way to go, bro!
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that they're actually doing pretty good out there.
That's good.
But it seems that our time is coming down.
Yes.
Just like Tommy Wiseau,
Blew his brains out.
We're gonna,
I don't know where I was going with
We're
that.
gonna
Just
kill
like
this.
Tommy Wiseau.
We're
Yeah,
just gonna
nice,
kill it.
nice.
We're just gonna fucking kill it.
We're just gonna fucking kill this.
Like Johnny did it in the room. We're gonna kill it.
You're tearing me apart with the dress.
Well, this was probably the funnest time I've ever had over explaining a movie.
Yeah. And honestly, we should try to do this a little more often too. Take a bad movie and review the movie. Because I remember we did do From Justin to Kelly with the guys from New York.
Okay.
And the episode got fucked up where I couldn't post it. It didn't work. So we ended up losing it. So we watched the fucking movie, recorded an episode about the movie, and the episode just got corrupted and didn't work. It was that bad.
If we could just do a commentary on a movie, that would just be
I
hilarious.
would be totally down for that.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is watch a movie, you hook up the microphone and let it play while just talking shit.
That would be amazing.
What's
Can I
the...
request the first one be Troll? If you're doing...
Or Trolls 2? Isn't Trolls 2 worse?
2 is supposed to be worse, but 1's great.
I have seen
Because
both.
Elaine Bennis is in it, and it's her first role ever, and I never knew that.
We can totally do Troll first.
I like how you still refer to her as Elaine Bennis. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, yes.
Too long to say.
So that means we're going to have different segments coming from both our show. We're actually working on to do a little segment with the guys in New York, which should be a lot of fun if we can get that together. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but I like that idea of sitting down
watching a shitty movie and
Just
doing
kinda doing,
commentary.
like, a
we have to
mystery
get,
science
that means
theater.
that's what it's called, Mystery Science
Yeah.
Theater. So we're thinking of doing, Jen's here by the way, everyone.
Hi.
So we're thinking of doing is all sitting down watching a really bad movie and doing commentary on the movie while recording.
Oh, okay. But can't you get in trouble because of the whole copyright thing?
No. It's freedom of speech. You can't get.
No, but I mean the movie playing in the background.
No.
Okay.
No, you can't. We'll look into that.
I didn't even think about that.
No, I think you're okay
Well,
because we're the main Yeah, but that was a video though. I think that's a little different. I think recording process. We'll look into that.
Yeah.
So we don't get sued. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we'll be okay. Because
I don't want to
there's
get in
that.
trouble with that.
We don't want to get shut down for that reason, but
Can you
we could
imagine if
find out.
Tommy Wiseau just did a cease and desist order on us?
Honestly, I would like that because
I would frame that. That actually might be pretty
because
cool.
that means we've reached that level
Yeah.
of crappiness.
Yes.
But that's great. We'll look into that, but we'll definitely have more stuff coming, of course. And my name is Tommy James, Bestow So Smooth, and this was a great episode. I'm glad we finally got a chance to review this movie.
I'm so glad.
And this movie's amazing. And I can't wait for The Disaster Artist. I might even watch The Room tonight.
You should.
I will.
I don't think we talked it to death enough. I think you should rewatch it tonight.
And then do a smooth thought afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I feel good. Sing it.
I don't want to sing right now.
You should sing, though.
I don't want to sing.
Sing us out, Tommy.
I feel good.
Oh, Christian, you want to sing us out?
Yeah.
All right, well, come here. Sit at the
Can
chair.
you say you're tearing me apart, Lisa, really loud?
Wait, before you say that, you have to say your goodbyes.
Oh, yeah. This was probably the most fun I've had dissecting a
Put that
movie.
one on.
Yeah, definitely gonna check out The Disaster Artist. But yeah, it was your girl Ashley Stashbox with you guys today, and this was a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun. Christian, could you do me one favor?
What?
Can you say, "You're tearing me apart, Lisa"?
Lisa.
And now say, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Hello.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Say, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Hello.
No, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Oh, hi, Mom.